never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't.
What's up guys, Masta Styles here, back with another Eternal Evolution video, and today I have a good one for you guys. I'm going to do an Awaken hero tier list. Here are the criteria. It's based off of accessibility, usability, and overall value. So we're gonna go down the, somewhat of a tier list because we have 10 Awaken heroes, right? So 10 Awaken heroes will go down the tier list and we'll answer the question, which Awaken hero is worth taking to Awaken 7 and higher. So we're gonna go down the list and we're gonna start with number 10. So let's just hop right into it. Coming in at number 10, let's go find her. Coming in at number 10, I have Rena, right? In terms of her gears, we'll start with the gears and then we'll talk a little bit more about what she got going on. So for gears, here I was thinking Surge, but after reading her skills, once she gets to 7, Burst would be the better way to go. Because further away the target, the greater the damage. And her Awaken 7, she pushes the target all the way to the end of the map. So that's kind of that. But in terms of her gears, this is primarily what I'm running until I get to 7. So now I'm thinking just invest in the Burst right away if you are planning on working on Rena instead of going Surge, because Surge is still good too, but I feel like Burst at Awaken 7 and beyond is going to be better in the long run in terms of damage increase and all of that. So I'm gonna switch over to Burst, even though I started with the Surge, so I'll focus on Burst going forward. But in terms of accessibility, the only way to get her shards free to play is doing Holy Line contract, which just ended. So hopefully you did well there and you got at least one copy of her Awaken shards from here, right? I didn't really get to do the other one here. I ended up running out of coins. But again, this is kind of where you get her. Where do you get her copies? Because that's also the other thing too, her evolution. I have her to Mortal 5, but you may not, right? So one place that you can get her right now is obviously Hero Rally, so you can pick up one of these. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Go here, Hero Rally, you can grab one of these, select the cards, right? She's in here. So that's kind of a way to slow roll and build her. That is her accessibility, right? That's how you can get copies of her pretty much. Again, with Rena, and why I have her here is because for me right now, I have her Awaken 5 and I'm not seeing no big damage change, right? You're not seeing that. So that's kind of why I have her here. If you have her at Awaken 7, let me know down in the comments how her damage is. Again, I have to work on her gears to start seeing that. So that's all I have for Rena. I don't really have her at 7 yet, so that's why I have her all the way back here. But coming in at number 9, we have Rez. With Rez, his gears, very simple. Resonance, HP, because with his awakening, the more HP he has, the better he'll do, right? He also have healing in his kit once you get him to Awaken 5. It does help out if you match him up with Jaina, especially right now in Twilight Lands. It's definitely helping out. So my Rez will be going to Awaken 7 in the next couple of days. I'll potentially make a video about it. Let me know if you want me to make a video down below, right? So for Rez, accessibility, we already know, you should know this by now, that he's in the shop here. You can get his Awaken crystal in here. So right along the lines of free to play. But those that don't have him at Immortal 5, you will eventually get to a point where you're gonna have to choose between getting a copy of Res or his Awakened Crystal. So again, it's gonna push you back. I wanna say it's 2 weeks per reset, and it's gonna take, long story short, it will take you some time to get that. Obviously you can pick him up here, but chances are you're not gonna do that. You can also grab him from this one here, but chances are you're not gonna do that. You're just gonna slow roll him through the store. Can't really get him anywhere else. So then again, that's where his accessibility comes in, and he's one of the ones that just take your time building him out. Don't even bother use your crystals on him. It's just not worth it. So take your time, slow roll him. And that is all I have for Res. All right, now this is where things gets a little interesting and people may start to disagree with me here. All right, coming in at number 8, I have Riserus. Reason why I have a Riserus over here is because until you get to, I want to say 7 and beyond, and you need Fade Out to start seeing that big damage. Because before that, you're not seeing much. You're just not, right? And in terms of like usability and where you would want to use her, that's the other thing. But now it's like, where are you really using hunters outside of PvP, right? So that's kind of how I'm looking at Ravenna here. And it took a while to even start seeing that big damage. And you know, in this situation here, she's not gonna even out DPS these hunters, right? But she does do well in endless battles. Of course, she does well there. Well, once she dies and come back to life, she starts ripping. But you have to have that immortal Fade Out on her. So for me, I don't run hunters in PvP because I would rather run energy, because I trust the energy team more than I do them. So let's just hop over to the gears here. These are the gears. Run Fade Out. You see. So I'm just clicking on that so you can see. I'm at the point, because I already talked about all of this, whether it be in the class breakdown or in my tier list videos. So I'm just going over it real quick. Those are the gears, right? In terms of where you can get her, she was in here and she's no longer in here anymore. So you would have to wait for a banner for her. So if you don't have evolutions of her, you have to wait for her banner to pretty much get a copy of her. So getting her to Immortal 2 and beyond to get to that Awakening 7 and higher. Let's just pop this here, see if we get lucky for the vid. Right, nothing there. Okay. Right, and why I also have her all the way back here is because, again, her overall value outside of the Hunter team, you're not really gonna use her outside of the Hunter team. You're just not. You just don't see it, right? So she's pretty much locked within that team. Not going to go grab Riserus for anything unless it's Hunter-based content. So this is why she's back here too. So for her overall value, she's great for Hunter farm content, but outside of that, I'm not really running to go grab Riserus to use her on any team. But again, right now you have to wait for her banner to come around to get a copy of her, which is unfortunate because you're gonna have to take a sweet time in creating her. And of course, the other side of that too, in terms of accessibility for our Awaken shard, you can grab them from the store. So that's also another good thing about her, is that you can build her out here through the store if you already have her in Immortal 5. If you want to take your time and slowly do that. Next, we're just gonna hop right into her, and it's Kaora. Kaora, she's here. Takes a lot to build her out, right? It does. It is an Awakened hero. Yes, she's number 7. She's Awakened. Again, even for me, getting her all the way to max in terms of evolution, I need, 100 more red runes to get her to max in terms of evolution, max in terms of her EX, right? Her EX40, you should say. Which more heroes at EX40? That would be very interesting, right? But her gears, primarily, you want to run Marauder. I think Fade Out once she gets higher in her Awakening could be crazy. Yeah, because again, she goes into that dead state twice here at EX30, right? Which is only gonna make her stronger. So again, for me right now, slow roll. But Kaora, once you get her to those higher, her usability becomes way better. They're on tank team where she does so much damage that you're going to end up, right? You're gonna end up just using her because she dishes out the damage so much that she'll be the person that always bringing that final blow, right? But that's Kaora there. Again, a lot of people quit around her Awakening. So let me show you where I have her right now. I have her literally at 0, Awaken 0, because again, I was focused on getting her to max in terms of evolution. So now I'll slowly work on her Awakening while also trying to get the LSP. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Especially if you're not putting money towards it, it's a lot. So that's that. You already know what you gotta do to get copies. Up is the person that got did dirty. Miranda, right? Miranda got did dirty because she didn't get her second week. Usually when a new hero comes out, you would be able to get a shard. You would be able to get one of her soul crystals on that event, and then they end up changing the event and removing her from it. So hence she's here. I would have already gotten to her Awaken 5, but again, with these things, they're starting to become so valuable that I have to take my time in terms of just utilizing those. Before, you could have accessed them a lot more, but now it's just, you gotta take your time with that. So let's hop over to Miranda here. I already have her at Immortal 5. Where is she? She's on top. And pretty much just like every support, Resonance HP, right? Trying to get that ultimate out there quick, even though she start with her ultimate at the beginning of the battle. And this is kind of why I want to get her to 5, so we can get those additional benefits for the energy team. I wish it was for everybody. That would have been cool. You know, knockdowns, immune to knockdowns, which, you know, tanks scream that. And of course they get light barriers, which is pretty cool. But again, for Miranda, you can also, in terms of accessibility and getting her copies, not her Awakened shards, because you're gonna need copies of her if you don't already have her Immortal 5. This is why, not that, this here. She's in here, she's also in here. You can get her from, I'm thinking, no, she's not in that. I think this is the only place you can get her for right now. Don't quote me on that. Maybe I'm missing somewhere else. If there's somewhere else you can get her outside of her banner, let me know down in the comments. But primarily, this is where you get her copies, which I wish they would make this into a selector. It would make life so much easier, right? Not trying to go, yeah, make life so much easier. So again, want to get her to Awaken 7 so you can unlock her being the 6th hero on the team, right? Beautiful. Now we'll just hop right into number 5. The thing about number 5 is that number 5 and number 4 could be interchangeable depending on your perspective, right? So I have Dan at number 5, right? The thing about Dan is that if Anpo wasn't awakened, then Dan would be higher on this list. Because once Anpo became awakened, Dan's usability kind of dropped. You still use him, don't get me wrong, you still use him. A10 Dan, Rex. Don't get me wrong, he Rex. I don't have him, but I know, because I faced him a couple of times, right? Rex. Especially the bear. The bear becomes very tanky at those higher awakened levels. But again, with Dan, you want to run Madness. Once you get him to Awaken 5, crit rate. You want to go crit rate, just jump to crit rate. This is why I didn't invest anything into the attack armor here, because I knew that once I get him to 5, I would need crit rate. So again, Daniel is great in terms of accessibility and getting him. Hero Rally, that select a card, that works perfect there. And of course, you'll end up using them everywhere. No matter where you are or what you're doing, you're most likely going to be using summoners a lot. And see here, nope, not Sith. What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so let's hop into this here and get this out the way, because we gotta do it anyway. So here we go. And of course, Dan is here. Let's move him here, actually. Yeah, that's for additional attack. But then again, his bear moving around, that was probably one of the better things. And I said that even before they did that would be great. And I popped that too early. Yeah, I did. Let's go back. I did. I popped that way too early. But overall, when it comes to Daniel, you definitely still want to invest in him because of the things that he brings to the summoner team, the benefits. Problem is that when you see Amat, Jax, and Anpo, where do you find space for him, right? That's the other thing. Yeah, there we go. I'm like, what is happening? There we go. All right, there we go. And of course, I meant to do Amat, not Dan. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. But again, his bear moving around the battlefield, that is amazing. You gotta love that, right? That is beautiful. The best thing. That's one of the best things about his awakening. Even at 5, he starts to be good. And that's what, this is the difference between the first 5 and now the 5 after this, right? But again, Dan, really great. Still, even though Anpo's so good, I would still invest in at least trying to get him to Awaken in 7. He's worth bringing to Awaken in 7. That is that. You know where to get him. Hero Rally to select the card. He's not anywhere else accessible in terms of where you can get him. I think with Dan, he should be in here somewhere. You should be able to put him in here. So even in here somewhere, you can add another hero in here. But that's just my thought there. Coming in at number 4. This is why I say 4 and 5 could be interchangeable. Leo. Right, Leo's great. I have another Awaken 9. For Leo, you can either run Surge. You can also run Charge. I got rid of the Charge. Forgot that I took out the Charge here because I wasn't using it. I gave it to somebody else. Charge or Surge. With Leo again, he gets bigger once you get him to Awakening 5. As for where you could get a copy of Leo right now, there is nowhere to get a copy of Leo. He's not anywhere. That's also a big problem too, right? How do you get a copy of Leo outside of using gene hybrids to get them? Well, eventually when his banner comes around, then you can pick up a copy. If not, you gotta use gene hybrids to level him up. And hopefully you already have him if you're even looking at Awakening, right? So again, when I talk about gears, it's primarily PvE, PvP. Only difference would be if you're attacking the bug boss. That'll be the main difference there. In terms of his overall value, niche, there are moments where it'll pull him out, but other than that, you're primarily gonna use him in Vanguard content. And that's Leo in a nutshell. Right. Up next, we have Waman. Waman for me, oh my goodness, where do I even start? So before they did that patch where they worked on his, what do you want to call that? His guardian state or his overall survivability. Before that, he was just non-existent for me. Like I had put so much into him. Let's hop back over to my Waman real quick before we go into that part. I put so much into him, and for me, it's like Like, look at where his power level is. He's getting close to SP levels, right? So for me, I put so much into him, and then he was just so squishy. Like, he would just instantly die. In terms of getting Wamigan, only place you can get a copy of Wamigan right now is here. Right? This is the place where you get a copy of Wamigan. And I already have him at Immortal 5, so I'm not really worried about copies. I'm not. You might be. So again, here, right? Alright, so we got my tanks here. I think we could do a full tank team too. And Panda, and we'll get our support. I still think he's a little squishy though, my support there. Alright, let's grab our tanks. I think it has Ray in it. Oh, it's right there, right. So here, he's very tanky. Like, once you get him to Awaken in 7, and you have those proper gears on him, he becomes very tanky. Let's throw him over there and see what he can do. Because this one, you have to, I just control everybody, right? Just control everybody, because again, I want to see what you can do. Wait till Teresh does his thing there, and then we'll do our thing, pull everybody in. This one's actually fairly simple. Wow. Oh yeah, I forgot. Gems. Oh my goodness. Having gems on your prototypes, oh my goodness. That thing makes so much of a difference. Get over there and get that. Why didn't she get pushed? I don't know. That was weird. Should have saved that Panda ultimate there. But again, Wamigan's very tanky. I'll go ahead and show you that, and then we'll move on to the last two. We'll just transition into number 2. Let's hop into Twilight Lands here and refresh our team. I'll pretty much use the same people, right? Let's just use the same people. I don't think I'm gonna use anybody different. And let's go here. So again, the energy is my weak point. Like, my energy teams suck. Like, they suck. They suck so bad. Yes, they do. They suck. They suck. Again, he does well here. His survivability is great. But to switch over to number 2 is Maz. Maz is number 2 on the list, right? In terms of gears, these are the gears that I'm using. Resonance, right? For PvE and PvP, depending on the situation. Of course, Blessed to keep him alive. Resonance, you want to get that ultimate out there fast. But for this situation, I want to increase his healing, because him getting his ultimate quick is not going to help the overall battle. The overall battle is you staying alive, and that is what you're trying to do here. Let's try Rena, see if she'd help out here, because again, I just realized that I was missing out there in that situation. Obviously, you're probably like, where's Nord? Nord is not that great. He's gonna end my Nord. I never really invested much into him, so it's not that great. So let's run this here, and we'll talk about Masrani, and also, who else? We're done with Waman, so we'll just close out our Masrani here. In terms of accessibility, you can get Masrani in, in the Astral Mirror. So that's one place you can get a copy of Masrani. Keep an eye on Ravenna here and see how her damage is. This is Awaken 5. And my problem here is that this guy is not getting any of those benefits from Take. Take should be protecting all Atlas heroes. That would be nice, right? But again, Ravenna's keeping up. Is she? No, she's not. She's not keeping up at all. They look like it for a second there. Maybe in this situation, her damage is better. Maybe. But the problem here is not even all of the summons or the boss. It's a poison. The poison is what kills you. The poison is just so bad. I wish Miss Rani had the ability to remove it. But again, Miss Rani, Jaina's gonna die here. I can't keep her alive. She's dead. Yep, she's dead. And that's my problem with her. I can't keep her alive long enough, right? I just can't. So that's why I don't run 3 energy heroes, because there's no way for me to keep her alive. If my Nord was better, then I would get that additional amount. But I have to bring somebody else in there to keep Jaina alive, which is annoying, right? So that is that there. And let's see the damage of Ravenna. It's all right. It's better than it would have been before. But again, that is that. I'll do this off screen. I'm not putting y'all through that. But I just wanted to show you a little bit about Waman's survivability. He wasn't the issue there. Waman would have all the way until the end. Everybody else would be dead. He'd be the last man standing. But again, to Maz is great. Maz is awesome. What? One thing that I never really talked about when it comes to Maz is his, well, fine boy here, of course, right? Fine boy is his ability to nullify energy, which is huge. His ability to nullify energy, get this. I don't even have my regular tank team. I should have it saved. I should have my regular tank team saved down here. There we go. Right? Maz's ability to siphon off your energy is incredible. And this is what makes Maz so great in PvP. Obviously, the sixth man, him being a sixth man is clear as day, clearly obvious. And of course, we gotta fight our boy. So watch there as he pops his ability. Panda's close to getting his ultimate. Not anymore. He says no. We might lose this one, actually. Yeah, Panda, we might, no, we didn't. No, we did not. Okay. It looked like it because that Panda scares me. But again, Maz has the ability to siphon off your energy and your rage, which is very crucial there. But overall, this is why I have him at number 2. This is literally why I have him there. And we're going to transition into number 1. The number 1 Awaken hero that you need. You need to get him. You need to get him to those higher tiers because, again, he's the one that's going to help you, right? And, of course, in this situation, why am I using that? That's not the regular one. Where is it? This one. Oh, it's so annoying. Anpo. My goodness. Wow. Yeah, just get him to 10. Very simple there. The gears, we'll look at them. Surge, crit rate once you get to Awaken 5. Accessibility, he's in the Astral Mirror. Can't get any copies or anywhere else. But overall, number one. You can argue me all you want. You're gonna use him everywhere. You're gonna use him on a lot of teams, a lot of situations. You'll use him, and literally, he's the one you want to get to 10. And of course, but again, these are the ones that are in here that you can get. You can get Dan, Leo, Maz, Rise, Anpo, and of course, Waman. So I'm saving right now because I know that Miranda is going to be added in here and I want to get her up to Awaken in 7. So that's why I'm saving my altcoins here, right? They're all worth bringing to 7, depending on your situation. But if you wanted to focus on one, I would start with Anpo. Anpo is going to bring you the most value, but again, with him, you're gonna need Jaxity, you're gonna need Amon, right? You know that what value Masrani brings because being a 6th hero in PvP, right? So overall, that is the tier list for May. In June, right? I'm gonna do it again, but somebody's gonna get kicked off. I'm gonna keep it at 10 to keep it interesting. We'll go from there. So if you made it this far into the video, comment down below Anpo, one of the better Awaken heroes. So if you're new to my channel, you want tips, tricks, and updates about Eternal Evolution, this is the channel you want to subscribe to. Those that are rocking with me, you already know what to do. Hit the like button. Comment down below how you feel about the tier list in general. If you disagree, you already know. It's okay. Without further ado, I want to thank you for watching. Till the next video, peace.